And welcome everybody. Welcome to HILLJAYNE Unfiltered. I'm so lucky. I have the sexy, the beautiful, the talented Mr. Anthony Fortich, known as the Material Boy on the internet superstar. Anthony is with me, and I'm so lucky. And he's given me 15 minutes. And I tell you, with me and him, it would probably only take 5 or 10. But hi, Anthony. Welcome, welcome, darling. Thank you for coming to us from Miami. How is everything in Miami today?
It's beautiful. Check out the weather. Check it out.
Yeah, it's
It's
freezing here.
very sunny.
It's free.
So I'm very fortunate to have this beautiful weather.
And be with me. But I want to talk to you about you are a beautiful Cuban American guy, and you're in Miami, Florida, which is a gay mecca, a mecca in itself. You have life in the clubs just like I did. I had a life in the clubs. I'm an old married woman now. But what he don't know won't hurt him. But Anthony, Anthony, back in your club days, before you were, as settled as you are now, tell me about your club life and a typical, like a one night stand.
Let's see. So obviously Miami has a big gay scene, and I I used to love clubbing, of course. I still do. So, but I used to mostly go to clubs to, for the music. I enjoyed music and I enjoyed that. But obviously, I would meet guys, and I, being an attention seeker, I enjoyed making out with guys at the clubs. And of course, here and there, I would meet someone and I'd go to their house. And maybe I was drunk and I'd wake up and not know who the fuck they were. Um, but yeah, I've dated quite a few different kind of guys, and I've had, of course, I think we've all had a one night stand, and if we're saying we don't, you're a fucking liar out there. So I think we've all had a one night stand at least once. How about you? Oh well, I just said we all have. So how about you? Tell us about it.
Well, I have to be honest, Anthony, I'm from Atlanta. And I was a big showgirl in Atlanta, and I enjoyed showing. And I came into my own. I came into prominence in Atlanta. And a few months ago, I was interviewed for an online magazine, and they called me an Atlanta legend. Now, all of my Atlanta sisters balked and went crazy. How am I an Atlanta legend? That's what they said. Because my club career, and when I was a showgirl, I scaled the heights of mediocrity. I was never that big name showgirl. I showed my tits and I made money and I left and went and got my coke and went and got my boy. And that's what I did. That's the way I lived my life back then. But I had a lot of one night stands. When you're in your 20s and you're young and fabulous, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I don't think there's anything wrong with it when you're in your 30s. The only time, go ahead.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it either. I mean, when we were young, before one night stands, I guess we can see it as when we were kids and we would go to candy stores, and I mean, I don't know if they're still around, but where you would go and get a clear bag and you take a little bit of everything. You try it. I see a one night stand like that. You gotta test the merchandise and see what you like, and eventually you might find something you like, and that becomes your permanent thing. But I saw it as my one night stands as testing different candies. Maybe, I mean, one day I'd go for a chocolate, another day I'd go for Twix or a Tootsie Roll. I mean,
I
sweet
like the
stuff.
chocolate.
Like
I like the chocolate.
of course, I had my share of bears, gummy bears, of course.
Let's talk about that, Anthony, because I have been surprised at you. You are so beautiful with those beautiful eyes. You're so gorgeous, and your beautiful olive skin. I'm often surprised by gentlemen that I see you sometimes photographed with. And you tell me that you're a hot guy, and sometimes I see you with guys that I wouldn't necessarily think are hot. And what is it about you? You really seem to go for something on the inside, which is rare from someone who is as hot as you. And I'm being so vain and so ignorant and everything, but I'm also being truthful because you're a hot guy, and I see you with the guys that I don't necessarily think are very hot.
I can say that pretty much. Obviously, when I was in the hooking up, it definitely was an experience where I would, you know, date hot guys. At the time I dated hot guys, I hooked up with hot guys. But in the end, it's the inside that counts, I guess. And I mean, I'll be honest with you, I may not be the most good-looking guys, but behind the pants, they're pretty big. It's
And that's really where it counts is that I'll keep it real. This is unfiltered, and this is the here comes the rated R part. I like big things. I like the nice big. Vanity said, what did Vanity say in Nasty Girl? She needed what, 10 inches or more. Well, I need 12 inches or more, and to keep me happy. So
12 inches. That fucking shit will come from my fucking asshole all the way through my throat. You kidding me?
let me tell you something, girl. Girl, it's Summer's Eve is mine and my roommate's best friend. We stock on it, so we are very. I'm a very happy girl. So, but yeah, but as far as the club days, I wanted to ask you, talking about in your 20s, did you ever fall in love? Did you ever start dating a trick? Did you ever start dating a one night stand?
Once when I was in high school, I met a guy and he had a boyfriend, and I really was into him, and I did everything possible. He ended up leaving his boyfriend, and we got together, and we lasted 5 years.
Wow.
It was a tough relationship. We were young. All we did was fight, and things got nasty. But that was my first love, and
Oh.
it's something I will always cherish and keep in my heart. But
They say there's
never
always
happened for me.
there's always that one. There's always that one. For me, there's actually two, but a lot you have that one, and there's always that one that gets under your skin. And no matter who you're with, where you go, when that one comes into your mind, or if that one calls you, you drop everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I've kept in touch with him, and I'm happy where he stands in life, and I'm blessed and happy where I'm at
Of
right now.
course.
But it's life. So
How do you are still on the scene somewhat, and you're known, and I see you wearing your MDNA hat and everything. How do you balance your life, your persona, and your home life? Because my idol, Jane Mansfield, she was conflicted because she was a world internationally known sex symbol, but she was also a loving mother. And sometimes she wondered how could she be both. And I kind of think the same about you. You're a sex symbol, but you have a home life. And how do you keep them separate? How do you balance them?
so I guess the person you see online is probably more what I would call material boy
Yeah.
versus who I am at home. It's more of a Tony. Don't get me wrong.
You're still a bitch.
I'm still one person at home too. So it's not like I get home and all of a sudden I become a saint. I have my share of, but I would say, in a relationship, you gotta spice things up. So who I am at home, I do bring Material Boy out every once in a while. He comes out in bed quite often. But I guess you can see it as an art form. This is how I used to relate it. So Miley Cyrus, obviously, someone I look up to. Back then, she had a show called Hannah Montana.
Right.
She was Hannah at one moment and Miley the next moment.
Okay.
That's how I see my life. When I go out, when I'm at a club, I'm Material Boy. When I'm out at a bar with friends, I'm Material Boy. When I'm watching a movie at home, I'm Tony. When I'm with my family at a gathering, I'm Tony. When I'm jerking off watching porn, I'm Tony. Or Material Boy. Which I love porn. But
Do you?
Who doesn't?
Can we talk? Can we talk about that? I'll tell you mine if you tell me yours. Has the Material Boy ever ventured into any type of adult erotic film, erotic set, anything?
Say that once more.
You ever made any porno?
No.
Really?
Maybe with an ex, we might have videotaped it a couple times and watched
Okay.
it, but no, I haven't. Would I, if I was single? Probably. If I was younger and the opportunity came, I probably would have as well. But
I made one when I was webcamming. I got an offer from Pornhub. I was actually for a few weeks under contract to Pornhub, and it was Tranny MILFs. And I owned the rights to it. When they dropped my contract, they gave me, because I didn't promote it, and so it didn't sell like it could have, but I still get little royalty checks. I've got one in escrow right now waiting for me. $18. You can't get it. The trick is when you're doing royalties, you can't withdraw any of your royalties till you get a certain amount. I've got $18 in escrow, but I made porn. It was training MILFs. It was all centered around me, and I didn't promote it. It didn't sell good, but I ventured into that. And a lot of that amateur porn that you guys see on Pornhub is actually professional. And the biggest thing I got out of it, I got a professional photo session out of it, and that's what I was more excited about anything. So, and the money,
So
the money isn't like what you think it is. A lot of it's back end deals, meaning a lot of it has to do with you get this percentage that you get royalties. So,
So, a question since we're going completely unfiltered. When you make porn, would you say that it's more of a professional work as in an acting job, or do you actually grow attachment to these people?
I
Have you ever
detested.
grown?
I couldn't stand. I was not the least bit attracted to the guy I was with. Not in the least. I'm looking at the camera the whole time I'm with him. If you know me, you know that that's Hillary, and she's really not happy right now. I'm not into him. I'm thinking about, is he going to mess my makeup up? I'm looking into the camera basically the whole time, because they told me the way they got me was that what's really in are older trannies and black guys and younger black guys. That's what was really selling at the time. Well, they bring me a white guy who's about 2 years younger than me, and so I'm like, what? And he was into me, but it was not really reciprocated, and it probably showed. I wasn't into it. I didn't get the next one that I was offered was going to be a gangbang, and I turned it down, and that's when they dropped me. Because
Interesting.
guess who was going to get banged? Guess who was going to get banged? And it wasn't going to be me. No, 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 no. But let's
Yeah,
talk.
I mean, I see it. I love porn. I can say it's when you're in a relationship, temptation will always be there.
Yes,
There's no such thing as being with someone and saying, I only have eyes for you. I only think about you. It's bullshit.
right.
We, I mean, realistically, we have temptations there. You see someone hot, my dick gets hard, and I can tell you that porn is the medication to get rid of that. So, versus cheating, which is something I learned in Kabbalah that's helped me a lot in what goes around comes around. I can tell you that when I am tempted, I grab my computer and porn it is. I just pray to God that there's not an outage. God forbid I run out of battery on my laptop or my phone during a hurricane or something like that, then I really got to use my imagination, which at times.
And did you guys hear what he
At
said?
times,
He mentioned
yeah,
Kabbalah. So, mentioned Kabbalah.
yes.
Yes, and we all know where where that came from, because years ago when Madonna made her Ray of Light album, a year or two after Ray of Light, it was all Kabbalah, 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 Kabbalah. It went from being Lola, Lola, Lourdes, Lourdes, Lourdes to Kabbalah, 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 and now it's, bless her heart. Oh, did you see the recent issue of Cosmo?
Yes, I did.
She looks great. I just happen to have a copy here. Let me show everybody, Anthony. Ooh, I hope that's a horror. See, this is what I need. I need a cameraman. These close-ups of me are horrifying at times. Look at that. Bitch is, what is she, 59 years old. About going to be 59 years old this year. You go, girl. You go. I'm sorry. You know what? Let's segue for a minute, Anthony. What I want to know, ageism in America is rampant. It's ridiculous. Cher never gets the kind of criticism that Madonna does. Why is that?
I mean, I think people, well, first of all, like Madonna says, she once said, if you're watching me and if you're criticizing me, it obviously means you're watching me. And if you're watching me, well, you're a fan.
There you go.
So, realistically, I mean, there's a lot of envious people out there. There's a lot of closed-minded people out there. And quite honest, a woman in her 60s can be dancing erotic and she's a slut. She's too old for that. She's a hag. She shouldn't be doing that. What kind of mother is she? But then again, you got a guy, he's 60 and he takes off his shirt and he starts posing erotically, and it's all okay. It's okay. Oh,
Exactly.
he's just buffing up and he's showing his body. So it's kind of crazy how we judge what we want to. And I thought by now times would be changing.
But it's gotten worse, I think. It's gotten worse. But Cher doesn't get nearly the criticism that Madonna does, and I find that really interesting.
I think with Cher, the problem with Cher is that yes, she is edgy, but she doesn't push the buttons when it comes to. I mean, she does speak about politics, but she's not as into it as Madonna is. So Madonna pushes buttons when it comes to politics, when it comes to religion, when it comes to sex, pretty much when it comes to anything that can get someone on the edge and just have them blow up. So I think that that's what happens. Madonna grows haters, people who just, I don't like her. She's too much into politics. When she was during her reinvention tour and she had the whole thing going on with George W. Bush, all of a sudden people were walking out. She was expressing herself in one way, and people were bashing her. She's this, she's that.
And people went crazy when she did the thing on the cross. When Madonna did the thing on the cross on that tour. Was it that tour? Or it wasn't Drowned, was it? It was Reinvention when she did the thing on the cross. Yeah, people went crazy. And I'm like, she did much work. She did things much more that in Blonde Ambition. Where was everybody, So...
And during Blonde Ambition, she spoke about it, and she said, this is not who I am. This is an art. She saw it as art. This is who she is as a performer, and that's how she chooses to express herself in an art form. But what I wanted to know,
okay,
how do you feel about? I mean, I got to be very.
It's okay. Just say it. No, you don't. Just say it.
Oh no. So, how do you feel about certain websites that we are all very fond of, and they tend to block us because of things we say, things we show, things we do?
So when my beautiful model friend Efren Camacho Gonzalez got thrown off of Facebook indefinitely, and then I did a live feed showing pictures of Madonna's sex book and talked about how I hate censorship, and now I'm blocked from doing live feeds. How do I feel about that? I feel it's censorship. I feel that Mark Zuckerberg has, oh God, bye y'all. No, I feel that Mark Zuckerberg has given in to, I don't know, I'm quick to say the moral majority. I feel it's ridiculous because, it's a live feed. At most, I have 330,000 views. That was one time I had 330,000 views. At most, I'm going to get 10,000 to 30,000 views. So I'm not out here changing the world. If I do, that's great. But I was just making a statement to the people that like me and to the people that watch and to the people that thought Efron was beautiful, because what he was doing is so non-sexual. If you watch what he's doing, it's so fluid. It's so fluidity. It's ballet. And it was just beautiful. And I couldn't believe that he got thrown off because of it. And he's thrown off indefinitely. He doesn't know when he's going to be able to come back in. I still talk to him, so he doesn't know when he's going to be able to come back on.
Well, I mean, this is how I feel about it in general. If my page is, we choose to have our pages private or public.
Right.
We choose who we want to have as friends. If it's my page and I'm on public and you're my friend and I decide, it should be where if I want to post a picture of my cock out there, I should be able to. It's my page. If you don't like it, delete me, block me. Realistically, Facebook was not created for 9-year-olds to be on there, and if you're a 9-year-old on there, then mommy's not paying much attention to what you're doing.
Right.
But I feel that by now, I was hoping by now, it'd be more open to the aspect that we'd be able to express ourselves more.
And it's gotten worse.
Talk about certain things. I've been blocked from Facebook before for raising conversations that were inappropriate, or I wouldn't say I was fighting with people, but I was giving my opinion back on topics they were raising, and I got blocked from that. And I see people get blocked. Someone posted a picture of, what was it? It was a famous statue that has a penis. Whatever.
The David or something. I think the David.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, that. So, and they got blocked because of that. I mean, come on, So I would hope at some point Facebook opens up and lets us, express ourselves a little bit.
Yeah. My roommate just passed me a note. But I
gotta be honest with you.
Yes.
I gotta be honest with you. At the end of the day, I am very grateful for Facebook.
Yes.
Because I've been able to reconnect with a lot of people from my childhood, from school, from MySpace, from my neighbors, keeping in touch with people, and getting to express myself and having people see what I have to show and listen to what I have to say, and I get to hear their inputs as well. So
Yeah. Well,
it's very great.
and I have to say, Facebook is where everything got started for me, and things are happening now. This is really hard what I'm doing. I'm doing this on a shoestring budget. My roommate, luckily, I live with a roommate who's letting me use two phones while, the Facebook thing is, yeah, luckily I'm able to do this, this way. And one day I'll be able to look back. I really feel like one day I'll be able to look back on this and laugh. Oh my God, can you believe? I look at it like John Waters when he had to do Pink Flamingos with 8mm. So that's how I'm looking at this right now. And, it's okay. They're trying to teach me a lesson, and that's cool. Will it work? We'll see. We'll see, because you can't shut me up. My roommate is sitting at the table with me, and she's saying, "Please tell him that I think that you're so sexy." And yeah, so my roommate thinks you're really sexy. Everybody I know thinks you're really sexy. By the way, all my friends think you're really sexy.
So I can't really hear much right now because my phone drops at 3% battery. So
Okay.
when it drops to battery at 3%, it kind of
All right.
blurs everything
Well, you
out.
can go back and watch it. You can go back to watch it. I wanted to ask.
I am
Go
gonna be
ahead. Go
free
ahead.
pretty much all day, so if you want to hit me up later, I am more than happy to continue talking about sex, asshole, dildos.
Famous people we fucked.
What's that?
Famous people we fucked.
We can definitely talk about that. I mean, I would love to know who you've been with.
Okay,
and
well,
let's definitely get into that one.
let's
I would
keep
like
them.
to know.
Let's keep them. Let's keep them wanting more.
5 minutes on that one. So we're gonna need another
A part two.
session here.
Part two. Part two. A part two.
We need a part 2. Sorry, I'm bringing my phone to my ear because I can't really hear very much right now.
All right.
But I do love you very much, and I look forward to part 2. And
Okay.
I'm dying to find out.
Hopefully we can do it live. Thank you, Anthony.
I mean, I haven't been with anyone, but my imagination has taken me to wild places. But anyways, I can't hear you very well, but I love you, and I will see you later on, all right? And to all your fans, love to you all.
All right. Thank you, Anthony. Well, that was Anthony, everybody. I hope that you enjoyed that. I'm sorry that we're having to do it this way right now until I get this Facebook thing figured out. It's pretty much the way that it has to be done. But like I said, what's his name? John Waters did his thing on a shoestring budget with 8mm, divine 8 dog shit, real dog shit, because I didn't have a budget to go buy fake dog shit. So I'll be able to look back on all this and laugh one day. But thank you for sticking with me. This is HILLJAYNE Unfiltered. Like he said, part two. Famous conquest. All I can say is this. I'll give a little hint of a very famous conquest that I had. Someone that everybody knows. You know a girl, a performer named Jenna Jameson. She was engaged to what? I'll leave it at that. Jenna Jameson was engaged. What? Atlanta, 1999. Boop. So anyway, you guys, tomorrow, my birthday bash with Joey Arias, Stormy Daniels, Katie Couric Mansfield, and who knows what else. Go out and get you some. Boop.